all of you out there, Cheryl Tweedy, you're nothing. The media made that film. My dad was in the newspapers in the 1970s. He was in all over the newspapers, all over the news. Yeah, I remember clearly. I didn't know from then that the media, the mainstream media, was so ruthless. Yeah, and they and how deep they get involved in people's individual people's lives as members of the public, and how obsessive the media, the mainstream media are, and how they exploit and target vulnerable sections of society who are uneducated, illiterate, have a lack of opportunity, disadvantaged backgrounds, and the media just hound them. Steven Spielberg made that film, The Color Purple, about my dad, my real mother, and my sister Yvonne. Yeah, and myself. And I've been trying to sue them for a long time, and I'm going to sue them for everything from the 1970s. That's why I'm saying I'm suing the media. So all this involvement, that's a whole heap of people have been involved. Yeah. People who I'm suing is as part of my claim that I'm going to put in the High Court. Yeah, Cheryl Tweedy, you nothing. People that I'm focusing on to name in my claim, and who I'll be suing as part of my claim. I want a lot of money from these individuals. One of them is Oprah Winfrey, The Color Purple; Whoopi Shitty Goldberg, The Color Purple; Danny Glover, The Color Purple; and last but not least, most of all, Steven Shitberg. Those are the people I'm naming. Now, Cheryl Tweedy, when the media, Hollywood, were making films about me, intruding into my family's life, tearing up my life, setting me up to be raped, setting me up to be targeted, setting my sister Yvonne up to be raped repeatedly, myself, repeatedly. You weren't even fucking born. Get over yourself. Stop being jealous. Stop being jealous. Get over yourself. You wasn't even born then. And you're trying to push up yourself in the argument and come in the argument like say you're a bad girl. You've been given that prop by the powers that be. If it wasn't for the powers that be, you wouldn't gain the advantage over me. You would never alone as a single person gain the advantage over me without the prop from the powers that be. The only reason why they're giving you that prop is because I've been trying to sue the media and the government authorities, especially the media as well, especially the media, should I say, the mainstream media, since before I saw your article in the newspaper, excuse me, since before I saw Cheryl Tweedy sprawled out all over the front page news of the Daily Mirror newspaper, I'd already, I think in 2007, I already went to the High Court in Holborn and tried to took out an application. I tried to take action against Steven Spielberg from 2007. So Cheryl Tweedy, get over yourself. You're nothing. They're just putting you as a prop against me. And the reason why is not because they hate me. It's not even that they hate. It's not really, I don't even think they hate me at all. It's just that they've been exposed. Yeah. And I'm intending to sue them. I've been intending to sue them ever since around 2007 for a hell of a lot of money. Like I said, £800 million altogether. So Cheryl Tweedy, get over yourself. I'm worth more than you. You do your L'Oreal advert and say, I'm worth it. I'm worth it. Well, let me tell you, honey, this is a special message to Cheryl Tweedy. I'm worth much more than you, honey. You little mixed up, distorted, confused, racist nobody. I'm worth it. £800 million, English sterling. I'm worth it. I'm worth it. So get over yourself. I'm worth much more than you. That's why you're just inner me. You're just inner me. You're just inner me. Because I'm worth more than you. You understand what I'm saying? So, like I said, they're only giving you a prop, not because they hate me, because I'm exposing them. I'm exposing Hollywood. Hollywood is much bigger than you, Cheryl Tweedy. You don't even compare. You can't sing, you can't dance, you can't do shit. You're just nothing. I'm suing Hollywood, basically. And I've been trying to sue Hollywood since 2007, when it first came to my attention. So get over yourself, Cheryl Tweedy. They're just using you to try behind my back to make life very difficult for me in so that as to prevent me from being able to take action against them, and trying to discredit me so I don't succeed. They're trying to discredit me so I don't succeed in exposing them and successfully suing them. That is it in a nutshell. That's all the reason why they're using you for, because I'm just not that terrible person, and it's just that, you know. So they're racist, and that's why they made that film The Color Purple. And they gave you the prop after you beat up a black woman in the toilet. You should have never been given that prop. Your career should have been discontinued then. They should have gave the prop to the black African woman in the toilet and made her famous and rich. But instead they made you famous. You're the culprit, and the victim doesn't get nothing. So at the end of the day, like I said, my case started long before you was even thought of. You understand? The film The Color Purple was directed and produced by Steven Spielberg. He's a very big Hollywood director and producer. He worked and did films for people like Michael Jackson. He worked closely. He did the Thriller video for Michael Jackson. He's got a lot of big films out there. You just can't compare. I'm suing these people, and you're pushing up your dirty, nasty prostitute self, yeah, behind my back, yeah, because you're given the prop by those people, the very same dirty Steveberg. I'm suing them. I'm suing Oprah, big fat shitty Winfrey. I'm suing Whoopi, that nasty sock-cocky Goldberg. I'm suing Danny Glover, yeah. Don't get involved. Get over yourself. I'm worth a lot more than you. It's a fact. Everybody knows that. I'm worth a lot more than Cheryl Tweedy. Get over yourself, Cheryl Tweedy. It's a fact. Everybody knows that. A lot of people know about my business. They know that film was made about my family. You wasn't even thought of. You wasn't even born, or you was just a baby. Get over yourself. Of course, they're going to use a lot of people to try sabotage my opportunity to succeed in bringing one of the biggest cases in history against Hollywood and big media moguls like Hollywood media moguls like Steven Spielberg and Oprah Shitty Winfrey. You know, so get over yourself. Those are the powers behind. Yeah, so all these newspaper, BBC, all of the British, because I don't know which newspaper. All I know, my dad was in the Evening Post, which I don't know if there was newspapers, so that a lot of people were involved in the media, the mainstream media. So I'm exposing the mainstream media that they're racist. They target innocent the black community on a whole to undermine them and criminalize them and manipulate them and coerce them and bribe them and corrupt them. Do you understand? So Cheryl Tweedy, take off your black nothing, because you are just too jealous. You're not doing anything to help the black community. You are part of that racist mainstream media now. You are part of them. So you're not in the black community again, because you're not helping the black community when you're promoting this institutional racism. You cannot be part of us when you're promoting institutional racism. Yeah? So get over yourself. So is that really? Oprah Shitty Winfrey, she's very educated. Everybody is aware of her qualifications, and she runs her own TV network. Oprah Winfrey runs her own TV network. She's got a school in Africa. She's got loads of businesses and companies. Cheryl Tweedy, who are you? Please, just go sit down. Go sit down, you little prostitute. Go and sit down. You don't even have any intelligence. Go sit down. You want to give yourself credibility, putting yourself in black after you beat up an innocent black African woman in the toilet, and you don't even have the conscience to apologize to that woman. You don't even have the conscience to apologize to that woman. And then on top of it, all your seedy, dirty little activities behind my back are just rebounding on yourself, because your friend Sarah Harding is dead now. That's because of you and your dirty little lying, conniving, racist activity. And it has repercussions. Don't get involved. You should never ever get involved. Sarah Harding is dead. Why is she dead at such a young age all of a sudden? She's a wicked, nasty bitch. I saw Sarah Harding on the bus after I emailed you. Sarah Harding was on the bus. I was on the bus on Oxford Street. This was way back in, I think, 2009. Yeah? And she attacked me she was with a group of people. And they just got up as I was getting off the bus, and they jumped me. Sarah Harding was one of them. Your brethren. They jumped me on Oxford Street, and now she's dead. You see, you go around getting involved in your nastiness, and it has repercussions. And because of you, your friend, your bandmate is dead. And you going around like, say, oh, me a bad girl. Those are your brethren that you're killing. It's your own people that are dying as a boomerang. I haven't done anything wrong. I'm just the media, the Hollywood, the mainstream media, and the authorities are the ones that are in the wrong. And I'm just bringing that to light. The reason why I raised the issue of direct and institutional racism, because it needs to be addressed. Is ongoing for forever. It needs to be addressed. But you don't know that, because you're just so egotistic and competitive that you don't sit down and rationalize and think, well, what can I do as a celebrity to to bring the topic of racism and institutional racism into the media, kind of, so that people can discuss it. You just don't have that mind. You're just competitive and egotistic, and you just jump in. You upset. Oh my God! Just go sit down. Did you just have no use? So that's what it really is, actually. So that's what it's about, really. Oprah is very intelligent. Oprah Winfrey has got master's degrees and all kind of thing like that. She's very qualified. I've read all about. I used to watch Oprah Winfrey back in the 80s, and I saw the film in about 83, 84. I saw the film The Color Purple, in some there was a group of students. They were white and one was Asian. They were middle class, and they took me to a house in Leeds, and they showed me the video of The Color Purple. I was the only person in the house apart from them, and they put that video on, that film on, especially for me. Now you think about it, in 83, 84, what was that? That wasn't even hit the cinema yet, and I saw it in somebody's house. Why did they show me that film? And how were they able to show a film on the television before it hit the cinemas? We didn't have that kind of technology then, unless you had a copy, a master copy. You was given a master copy. You see me? And then they were given that to show me, because at the end of the film, they sat me down and they came over to me and they said, Michelle, what do you think of that film? And I was only young. I was only about 13, 14. And I said, I don't know. You see? Dottie Steven Shitberg. So anyway, Oprah's very clever. She controls a lot of the media. Well, not controls, but she's got a lot of influence in the media, the mainstream media, and the derivative, the extension of the black platforms and the, you know, this and that and the other. Right now, she's shitting her nappies. She's shitting her knickers because she knows I'm suing her. She's aware. She's aware of what she's done. I'm not the only one who suffered. My sister Yvonne has suffered. She's been raped, molested, beaten, stabbed. Not stabbed, but they stole all her money. They've oppressed her. She's nearly committed suicide over the years. Oprah Winfrey, Steven Spielberg, Whoopi Goldberg, Danny Glover, I've got a lot to answer for. My dad, after they made this film, intruded in our lives without our knowing, and made this film about us in their project, what they want to project. My dad ended up dying in mysterious circumstances. Other members of family ended up dying suddenly in mysterious circumstances, very young, at a very young age. You know. So Cheryl Tweedy, go sit down. You wasn't even born. Go sit down. If you want to go on like you're black, then do something constructive. Or go and sit yourself down and make a cup of tea. Yeah, so that's all I've got to say now, because I need to really have a shower and go back to bed. Go back and lie down, should I say. Because I'm tired. It's not easy suing at big media molecules, you know. It's not easy trying to sue Steven Spielberg and Oprah Winfrey and Whoopi Goldberg and Danny Glover. Hey, if you can't help Cheryl Tweedy, go sit down and mind your own business. Yeah? It's not easy. So anyway, there you are. There you are. So yeah, so it's not easy at all. Trust me. It's very stressful, very stressed. But I always have to remain calm. I have to, because I cannot afford to lose this case. Do you understand what? I'm there, I'm nearly there. I'm nearly there. It's been a long, hard slog. It's been a very long, hard journey. All my back, my neck, everything ached me through the stress. My limbs, everything aching me. Yeah? Oprah Winfrey is a billionaire, a multi-billionaire. Steven Spielberg is very rich. Whoopi is very rich. These people need to pay for their ass because they've exploit vulnerable, innocent families. Vulnerable, innocent families. You understand me? They target and exploit vulnerable innocent families, not just them alone. Of course, there's a wide collective among the mainstream media that have been involved. The Jimmy Savile case. I'm from Leeds. Look at all these people that are involved. Jimmy Savile. I used to write to Jimmy Savile when I was young, when I was living in Leeds. Yeah. The BBC. All this kind of thing. They killed Jill Jando when she exposed them. And she exposed a lot more. But the files have either been destroyed or hidden. I think they've been destroyed. Jill Dando got assassinated outside her house. There's more to what she wanted to expose. There's more documents, there's more evidence. But they, after they assassinated Jill Dando, they get rid of the evidence. You understand what I'm saying? So little Cheryl Tweedy, sit down and shut up your dirty mouth and keep your nasty self still. Jill Dando was a lot more, a very intelligent person. You're not even on, you can't even compare yourself to these people. So just sit down. You're not in that category. You're not in that category. And look what they did to Jill Dando. They assassinated her because she was brave enough to come out and expose these rats and tell the truth about what's going on in the system involving the BBC, the mainstream media, Hollywood, all these people. The royal family, Prince Andrew, the connections, Prince Philip, Cheryl Tweedy, go sit down, you're nobody. If you can't help, just go sit down and make a cup of tea. You see? Prince Philip, the Queen's husband, was involved in the big sex scandal in the 60s. I think it was 1963. The Profumo affair. Prince Philip, the Queen's husband, was linked. He was involved in it. But the mainstream media play it down. You see, Prince Philip was already involved in all them nastiness from way back. The Queen's husband, not just her son. Her son followed Daddy. Daddy was involved in all them nastiness for a long time. If you do your research, Cheryl Shitty, you will find out. You don't read. You don't research. You just dep on me. Eh? You just dep on me. You don't do no research. You don't read. If you read, you'll find out. You'll learn a lot of things. That's why you watch me. Everywhere I go, I always pick up books. I always pick up reading books, whether they're children's story or whatever I can find, I pick it up because I cannot afford to buy brand new books. They're very expensive all the time. So when I see books and they look in good condition, clean and nice, I pick them up. Learn to read, Cheryl Tweedy. You're putting on too much makeup and wearing up too much tight clothes and expensive designer clothes. Go and sit down and read. You're nothing and nobody. They assassinated people like Jill Dando outside her house. Yeah? You're alive and well and running up and down like an idiot. You're nothing. People like Jill Dando who speak the truth and was brave enough to research and dig up evidence. Defaming condemning evidence against the mainstream media. She got assassinated outside her house. Now you are putting on your black, done in black, like say you are somebody. You're nobody. If you was somebody like Jill Dando, you would have been assassinated by now. I rest my case. I'm going. You're just a L'Oreal shampoo advert. And L'Oreal is so cheap. Cheryl Tweedy, L'Oreal products are so cheap now. I think they used to be expensive back in the 70s and the 60s. But now I think you get L'Oreal in the pound shop for about £1.25 for a big massive L'Oreal shampoo and a big L'Oreal conditioner. I think they're at £1.25 each. That reflects you, Cheryl Tweedy, cheap, £1 shop.